back to Forza Horizon 4, guys. It is officially a very wintry day in the United Kingdom. It is a brand new season, which means we've got some brand new cars to go and unlock, and they don't really fit the season very well, if at all. Now, to be honest, I don't actually understand why this car is actually being dropped in the winter season. It is the Koenigsegg CCX, which is famous for a couple of things. One, you might remember this thing as being the first Koenigsegg that actually used a Koenigsegg engine. It's actually really cool. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Two, you also might remember this as the car that defeated the Stig. If you remember this very, very famous photo from way back in the day on Top Gear, this was the car that the Stig put straight into a tire wall. So we've got one of the world's hardest cars to drive, and we're gonna be driving it around in the winter. I can't say I'm looking forward to this one very much. Anyways, as you might be able to tell, I'm actually playing offline today because for whatever reason, my internet decides to break. If you've been following me on Twitter, I haven't had a very good morning. I flew home yesterday, especially from the UK, to cover the brand new car in Forza Horizon 4, and then my internet decides to poo itself. So I won't actually be able to check the Forzathon shop, but hopefully I'm crossing fingers that our good friend Jackson Storm can hook me up with what it looks like, so I'll put it up on the screen now. And if you're not actually seeing this video on Thursday, it's because my internet is still broken and I had trouble getting this video up, so just bear with me. Speaking of which, I've actually gone in and tried to make the best of a bad situation. I've already gone in and I've tried to do a bunch of our seasonal events so we can get as much percentage, because we need to actually achieve 50% in our winter season. So we've only got to go do one more thing to unlock our Koenigsegg CCX. We got to go do this seasonal event. As I was saying, as per always, easy peasy lemon squeezy Raptor across the line. And that's gonna do it. That is gonna unlock the Koenigsegg CCX. And a Ford Mustang, which I'm okay with, an RTR Mustang as well. All right, so just like that, if I head over to the festival playlist, the RTR Mustang added to our garage, that's cool and all, but I'm more excited about this thing. Winter bonus, 50% completed, and the Koenigsegg. There we go. It's not a heavy car, 2,900 pounds. It is rear-wheel drive and manual with a clutch as well in real life. Essentially, the Koenigsegg CCX is an absolute death trap, which leads me to the question, why did the devs decide to give it to us in the middle of the winter? In real life, there's actually a version of this car. I don't know if it's this one in particular, but you can actually take the roof off and then you can chuck it in the front, which is really, really cool. And then obviously we've also got this insane engine. Now, like I was saying, this was the first engine that Koenigsegg actually made themselves. I believe in the past they used like Ford engines. I'm not even joking. This car, I didn't even know this was possible, doesn't have twin turbos. It has twin superchargers. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is, and Koenigsegg's like, you know, I know we're only building our first engine and stuff, but what could go wrong with twin supercharging an engine? It is just so cool. So this car actually has like a kind of a special place in my heart. This was one of the cars that actually came out right as I was like getting into cars like a lot. Obviously, I've liked cars ever since I was like really little. But obviously, when you get a little older, you get like more respect for them and stuff like that. And little me at 11 years old, I saw this thing and I was like, oh. Anyways, we're driving around in a Koenigsegg in the winter. Kind of a waste, like I was saying. I want to go and do a race with this thing just to kind of see what it can do. Let's go to a racetrack. We'll make it summer and we'll have a much better experience, I think. I'm gonna do it hardest difficulty. And as well, because like I was saying, this car is kind of a death trap. Manual with clutch. I don't actually know if this car has ABS. I could always turn that off as well. I'm going to be power shifting it, by the way. Not really the thing you'd want to do in this because it's uber expensive. But if you want to be a quick boy, it's kind of what you need to do. So let's go Koenigsegg and absolutely push it to the limit. So you might remember that we actually have the Koenigsegg CC8 in the game. The way you unlock that thing is with Fortune Island. I know a lot of people have been like, hey, we already have the Koenigsegg CCX in the game. That's not actually true. We actually have the Koenigsegg CC8 which is actually the older version of this. Yeah, they are very, very similar cars, but this one obviously has Koenigsegg's own engine in the thing. And like I was saying, is a bit of a death trap. I'm surprised it hasn't caught us off guard just yet, but honestly, it's actually a really kind of normal car to drive. It's really balanced. It's so planted though. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to shake off the line. I mean, I guess that's kind of what you expect if you have a car that is so fast. You kind of expect it to be kind of stable, kind of drivable. We're actually getting through the AI much quicker than I expected. The guy in first is way up the road. He's running some of that casual Forza AI as per always. Yo, I don't think we'll catch him. We get past literally everybody else except he got one. Yo, I love this car. It drives so nice. It's just like, it's so darty into the corners, and it's not really something you'd expect from something that's so known for essentially going in a straight line really quick. What was the guy in first even in? A hoonigan. How is he so fast? He destroyed all the other AI as well. I mean, we got the fastest lap time in the Koenigsegg, but that's okay. All right, so Koenigsegg, I will give you that one. You are an absolute beast at racing, just completely bone stock. But I do want to go and do some customization and see what's available. So let's go give it a go. All right, so Koenigsegg, what can we do with you? I mean, can we engine swap? We can. We've got our stock engine with 800 horsepower, or we could swap in a 5.1 V8 twin turbo with 1300 horsepower. I'm pretty sure that's the 1-to-1 engine. Do we want to go 1-to-1 engine? I mean, that's a lot of horsepower. I think we got to go a lot of... I think, I don't know what I want to do with this. I mean, Koenigsegg's obviously known for their crazy, crazy top speeds. I don't know if this thing could take down the Ferrari 599XX Evo, but I mean, we can always give it a go and see what we can do. Oh my god, those tires help like crazy. We need some big fat tires as well in the rear to hold that thing down. 355's very good. And we've even got wheel spacers for the Koenigsegg. I like it. Looking good, boys. And then, I mean, other than that, I think we're just gonna upgrade this thing to the max. We'll see what it can do in terms of top speed. I can't actually upgrade the horsepower on this engine. Oh. So, fun fact, we're only gonna have, I would say only, 1300 horsepower. It's a lot of horsepower. And how much do we weigh now? 2,600 pounds. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty quick. So let's see, what's the game actually say we can hit? 271 miles an hour out of this thing. Okay, so if I try to go try hard on top speed, well, let's see what we can get. All right, so top speed tune applied. We'll see what it can do. I don't expect it to go I say very quick again. 270 miles an hour isn't slow. But if you're comparing it with the 599XX, which does 320 miles an hour, then yeah, I guess it's kind of slow. Yup. Accidental drift car. Who would have ever guessed if you tossed 1300 horsepower in your... Oh. It finally happened. Now, I could go and test the top speed of this thing in the middle of the winter, but I think that's a silly idea. I'm going to go start up my race in the middle of the summer, because then we'll actually kind of have grip. Alright, so I've still got my manual with clutch. We'll let the AI go and do their thing. I'm gonna head down, and we're gonna take quite a run up at a top speed test. Oh, the way the blue shines. Oh, what can possibly go wrong with this thing? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Note to self, try not to get super off balance before we actually take the jump. All right, 200 miles an hour, 220, 230 before we even exit the first tunnel. There's 250 miles an hour, 260 as we enter the second tunnel. No drama with this thing at all. There's 273, 270. Come on, give me one more. Come on, game. 273 we just sit at. Aw, man. 273. Okay, well, I mean, it's not slow, but still 273, kind of slow, I guess, in the world of Forza Horizon 4 top speed. Let's go drag race this. Honestly, here's the thing with the Koenigsegg that kind of makes me go, Maybe. Because, like, obviously this car's known for going super, super fast in a straight line, right? But I was so impressed with the way the thing handled corners. It almost makes me go, what if we slap a big rear wing and big front splitter on this and whip it around a racetrack as fast as it'll go? I don't know, maybe we give that a go, but we've got all-wheel drive, our drag tires. We just need to upgrade our clutch stuff. And then once we've got that, we've already got weight reduction. I mean, we could toss a roll cage in, but I think this thing's already kind of heavy enough. So, sorry, no roll cage. I mean, with 1,300 horsepower, it's gonna be outside of 9 seconds, 8 seconds even. It's just, how much is it gonna grip off the line? That's my question. All right, so Koenigsegg, I've got manual with clutch on, traction control off and everything. Let's see. I didn't really tune the gears. I didn't actually tune anything since I changed it. So, okay, we'll need to do some tuning. Completely forgot about that. Let's see. What's the time on the clock? That is 8 seconds dead. Okay, that's kind of almost slower than I expected for something that has all-wheel drive and that much horsepower and isn't very heavy. I was kind of almost expecting it to be a little faster than that. To be honest though, I didn't really notice any wheel spin that I was really struggling with. So maybe we just sort of chuck it around, make it 4 gears. I mean, I don't really know what to expect with this thing. Like I was saying, it's not really a drag car, but I mean, when you've got something so fast, you might as well try. All right, Koenigsegg, test number 2 with some tuning. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that was the first gear. Shift, 3rd gear, up to 3rd, we did well. 4th gear. I think we just went slower. I think we actually went slower with tuning. How do I make a car worse? Final attempt, Koenigsegg. Please don't embarrass me. Please, please, please. Go a little faster than before. We'll see. Shift. Oh, my 4th gear sucks. Okay, one more. 4th gear sucks. I mean, manual with clutch is just the faster way to go in this game, right? So if the game's holding off my wheel spin, all I need to focus on is nailing the shifts, which I can kind of do, I guess. Let's see, and straight to the line. Perfect. Let's see the time on that one. Please be fast. All right, I'm done drag racing. I'm done drag racing. I'm done. So here's a top tip if you happen to own a Koenigsegg CCX in real life. Don't modify it because you'll make it slower. Okay, with that embarrassment out of the way, into the festival we go. Race car time. So, okay, if I'm gonna go race car, I need front splitter, rear wing. Very good. And I think we will do rear wheel drive just because I think it's more legit. I'm also gonna toss in the stock engine on this thing as well, just because I know it's not gonna be as fast as the other engine, but it's kind of more Koenigsegg at the end of the day, I think. We've got weight reduction. Now we just need to toss some more horsepower into the thing. Let's try to keep it out of X-Class. If it tries to go all the way up, we'll tone it down a little bit, but I don't think it will be an issue. So we will rock full horsepower in this thing just because, I mean, why not? So 1,250 horsepower, 2,700 pounds, race car. Like I was saying, it's never ever gonna be 1, super OP just because it's not all-wheel drive. 2, it's not at the top of the class. And other than that, I'm just gonna try to turn this thing into a race car that we can muck around with. I mean, if we really wanted to drive this thing like online, we'd obviously make the thing all-wheel drive like I was saying. We'd also obviously swap in the other engine as well so we could get more horsepower. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's not really a Koenigsegg if you do that stuff. Anyways, we'll see how this tune works. We'll cross fingers that it works. All right, let's do traction off, stability off, manual with clutch. It's very brave, and I don't know if it has ABS, but we'll turn that off anyways. And now we need a racetrack. Oh, it's been a long time since we've gone up here. There we go. So wish me luck with these assists on unbeatable difficulty. Can we tame the untameable? Is that a word? Anyways, Koenigsegg, boogity. We're probably going to be racing a bunch of people who have all-wheel drive. There's another Koenigsegg up there. I think that's actually a 1-to-1. It is. Goodbye, buddy. And a Subaru? All right, well, that didn't take long to overtake people. One of the Porsches has decided that it actually wants to be an off-road car. Very good. Okay, driving this thing makes the game feel like it's sped up It's ridiculous. I love how you can hear the superchargers going, though, and doing their thing. It's awesome. I wonder what sound file they're actually using for this car, because I imagine the actual car doesn't sound like this. I wonder what car Forza copy-pasted for the sound file. I don't know. Anyways, we still gotta go. Oh my god. Okay. AI literally spawning in front of me after they've missed checkpoints. Are we racing down a 599? Yeah, we are. Oh, I forgot to brake. Literally trying to catch up to the fastest car in the game in a super hard to drive Koenigsegg now. That's the thing with this. This is the way it should feel to drive a Koenigsegg. You should be right on the edge of death. And that's what this car does really, really well right now. You need to be so much in control. Like I said, not a quick car by any means, but it is a very, very fun car. I say it's not a quick car. We're doing 200 miles an hour on a racetrack as we're bearing down on a Ford GT who literally just keeps wiggling left and right. Come on, we gotta burn the Ford GT. It's a little American-made thing. We're in a Swedish-built, masterpiece. Oh, I love this thing. I've only ever seen one Koenigsegg in my entire life, and it was a Koenigsegg Agera R, I think, and it was in blue. You could see the carbon fiber through the blue, and I basically cried when I saw it. It was the nicest car I have ever seen in my life. Oh, like I was saying though, not the fastest car out there. A hella fun car to drive though. With the upgrades I've done to it, absolute blast to whip it around the track. Look at that lap time too. We only got bipped by a Gallardo Spider. Look at our lap time though. Well, Koenigsegg, you are an absolute masterpiece. Like I was saying, literally one of my favorite cars. I would say Koenigsegg's probably my favorite car manufacturer for the outrageous and outlandish things that they make. And this thing, to be honest, although it wasn't the first car Koenigsegg ever made, it's the one that kind of started it off and set them off. It is an absolute beast to drive, and especially when you toss in 1,300 horsepower into the thing and almost purposely make the thing difficult to drive. Anyways, guys, that is the Koenigsegg CCX in Forza Horizon 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more. Next week, we're going to be back, hopefully, if the internet's fixed by then, with Brad DeBerdy's crazy Jeep. That thing is going to be super hard to unlock, so if you need help, make sure you come back to the channel next Thursday, and we will give that thing a go. Until then, though, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!